so hello everyone.
Hello.
Just do it, please. A how-to guide to stop just reading about change and actually do it. So for starters, does this not sound like the title of a self-help book? Yes? How many of you have read a self-help book or an article by show of hands? All right, most of us. How many of you have found them useful? A fair number. And how many of you are still using those skills today? Okay, a few of you, but a lot less than when we started. I think the reason for that is because we haven't experienced what I call the shitty experience or situation. This is that situation that then propels all other actions. It gets you moving. From your shitty situation, when you're down in the dumps, you can move and let's hustle, you make something happen. And then from those lessons learned, you realize that maybe you can transfer some of those lessons to other aspects of your life. So I'm gonna share my shitty situation with you. Poop emoji, that was my face. I had been at a company for about 7 years. I started off as an intern, I quickly grown, I expanded my role, title moved a little bit here and there. I was passionate about the company. I was loyal, I started off here. I wanted to do a lot for this business. After about 7 years, I'd ended up managing projects and managing people. And I thought, you know what? It's about time I get a promotion to be a manager. So I put down my reasons of all the reasons as to why I should become a manager. And I went into my boss's office and I presented those reasons to her. I said, I am ready to be a manager and here's why. And before I could even speak, she said, Trishala, you're not ready to be a manager. What? So two things I realized right off the bat. One, that is some crappy constructive criticism. It's not at all constructive. You're not ready? What does that mean? And secondly, I realized she's wrong. I am ready. I had been doing it for a while and I was ready for my next role. So that pushed my butt into gear because I realized this was no longer the place for me and I needed to hustle and get out of here and find my next role, which leads me to let's hustle. So here, step one, what did I want to do? I wanted to find a role that I could become a marketing manager. That was the next step in my career. So step one, revamp the resume. My resume was saying all the wrong sorts of things. It wasn't attracting the roles of a manager, which is what I wanted, so I revamped it. From there, I started looking at all the job opportunities available. And I realized, and I recognized the ones that I was actually interested in. And only to those ones did I apply. So no golden number of 7 jobs applications a day or anything of the sort. I just applied to the ones I liked. And what was the result? At the end of a month, I had 4 job interviews and I actually signed a job and I'm currently a marketing communications manager at an agency. Yay. I did it! It worked. I think that was the most surprising part to me, which led me to my third and final point, which is if this can work in my career, why can't I expand whatever I've learned here to the rest of my life? Why can't I use those goals and principles in other areas? So I had not realized I was actually employing a methodology called strategy versus tactics. I'm gonna explain it to you in the simplest way I know. Strategy, I wanna win the war. Tactics, I need to buy more tanks. Does that start making sense? So strategy, I wanna win the war. Tactics, I need to buy more tanks. So one's your goal, and the second one is how are you going to do it? So it's very simple, and if you listen back to my job interview process, that's exactly what I did. But I looked at my life, I said, cool, what do I want to do with my life? I want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I think most of us want to do that, to be honest. What are the aspects that feed into a healthy lifestyle? Food, weight, exercise rather, sleep, mental well-being, and relationships. So I'm going to share with you a couple of tactics in each of those aspects that are helping me towards this goal. I'm not going to share all of them with you because we only got 5 minutes. Food, diet. I try to make a conscious effort at every meal to have more vegetables over carbs. Exercise. I get my butt out to a gym 3 to 4 times a week to do cardio and weight training. Sleep. This is by far the toughest one for me. I can never shut down at night because I love scrolling through Instagram, looking at pictures, watching videos. So on weeknights, 10 p.m., no more screens after that. Meditation or well-being, mental well-being as I call it. I meditate, I pray. So once a day, I try to incorporate one of those 2 things. And lastly, relationships. We've all had friends, we've all had people who are in our lives that are no longer that great for us anymore. I have tried to look at who those people are, cut them from my life, and focus on the people who actually care and who are actually important and are good to me. And for me, these are the 5 aspects that I focused on. And already I've noticed so many great things. 1, I'm happy, genuinely happy. 2, I feel calmer. I don't feel stressed or agitated by things because I know I'm working towards it. It's not perfect. Are you kidding me? I eat dessert and ice cream all the time. But I'm getting there slowly. And thirdly, I think what's important is I know I'm shaping my future. I'm shaping my lifestyle. I can't blame anyone else because I'm actually trying to do something, even if it's through some baby steps. So what is my message for you? You can do it too, every single one of you. Get up, figure out what aspect of the life you want to change, and you can make that change too. And if you do try this out, which I'm very curious if you do, let's be friends. You can find me on social media. Thanks, guys.